Okay, this is the fifth video segment and the final one for homework assignment number 7. Okay, these problems are not hard, but some of you, it could be many of you, may have a problem actually setting it up. So what is showing this one in this one is the following. You have, okay, you have 3 circles and the radii are 1. This one is 1. This is 2. And this is 3. What it's asking you is, what is the area of this segment? Okay. The one thing you should realize is, if I connect these two centers together, this is 3 and this is 2. And look at what I have here. I have a setup like this. 3. This one is a little bit longer. Let me clean this up, okay, so that the drawing actually makes sense. So we have a triangle like that. This is 5, this is 4, and this is 3. So what I'm showing here is this. What I'm showing there is this. Does that remind you of anything, 3, 4, 5? You had some trigonometry, some geometry, and Pythagorean's theorem tells you because 5 squared equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared, this is a right triangle. And if this is a right triangle, this angle is pi over 2, 90 degrees, right? So the area of the circle here is 1/2. This area, shaded area, is 1/2 radius of that circle squared times the angle that it subtends, which is 90 degrees. So it's going to be 1/2. Radius is 1. You square it, and that's pi over 2. Must be in radians. So that's pi over 4, and these are all feet. So the answer here is going to be feet squared. So what is it? We don't want to leave it like that. We go to our calculator. We put down pi over 4. There is pi, second function pi. Oops, it's not the right one. Second function, where is the pi? Is this the pi? Yeah. Divided by 4. And this is 0.785. 0.785 feet squared. So the answer is 0.785 square feet. Okay, that's this problem. The next one is here. It says you have a sprinkler system, and this angle is 280 degrees, supposed to irrigate this area. What is the area that it's actually going to be irrigating? So 1/2 radius squared times theta. So A is equal to 1/2. Radius is 300 feet squared. The angle is actually 80 degrees, right? This angle is 80 degrees because they have to add up to 360. 80 degrees. But remember, this must be in radian. You cannot put 80 here. So it's going to be 80 times pi divided by 180. And you put this thing directly in your calculator. I don't want to do that in my head. So it's going to be, I forgot what it was, 1/2. Okay, so it's going to be 1/2, or 0.5 times 300 squared. Let's write down 300 and square it. Is this squared? Yeah. And then multiplied. I open the parentheses. It was 80, right? 80 times, there's a pi, and divide it by 180, close the parentheses, and it's going to be this many square feet, 62,831. 62,831. Approximately 62,831 square feet. Okay, that takes care of this. Let's do that. Here it shows you a wiper blade. It says that find the area that it's actually sweeping this area. And what we're going to do is we have an area like that. We have the radius, we have the angle, and we have an area like this. We have the area and we have the angle, and write them down and subtract them from each other. So it's going to be 1/2, that the big area, 1/2 of radius 34 squared, and then the angle, the swept angle is 135 degrees, which is 3 pi over 4, minus 1/2 14 squared times 3 pi over 4. Because I'm going to put this thing in my calculator, although you can type it exactly like it is, but notice that you can also factor 1/2 3 pi over 4, because it's common between them. You have 34 squared minus 14 squared. There's nothing wrong with putting this stuff one by one. It's just that you know a little bit, so we're going to type this thing instead. So it's going to be 3 pi over 8, right? 3 pi over 8. So it's going to be 3 times pi divided by 8 times parentheses 34 squared minus 14 squared. And you're going to get 1,131 square inches. 1,131 square inches. Approximately 1,131 inch squared. This number is a big number. I want to make sure that we didn't make any algebra error here. I don't think we have, so no, looks okay, so that is the answer. It's always a good idea to look at these, see if it makes sense. When you think about this guy, you can imagine that it is kind of a rectangle. It's not a rectangle. This side of it is about 20 inches, because it's the difference of 34 and 14, about 24 inches. And this length must be around 50 inches, and it makes sense. That's why when you find the area of rectangle, you get approximately that number. Approximately. Okay, I'm telling you, word problems are not easy to do always, and because you have to focus, you have to concentrate, and you have to read carefully and interpret the results in a meaningful way. All right, folks, so that takes care of assignment number 7. There were 5 videos. One of them was a short one because I had to stop it due to some interruption.